All right, ladies and gents, Handyman back again for another how-to. We're working on this carburetor for the little roadside mower that I found. Trying to see what's to it. Got the carburetor and everything off, so we're going to show you how to disassemble it and clean it. This one is a fairly simple, carb right here. They're all basically the same. When you're working with anything, everything that's made comes from the factory down the assembly line, and only thing you do when you work on it is do it in the reverse order. The main components are in the inside. This little screw needs to come off the bottom ½ inch. Take that off. Bowl. You've got your other components in there. Quick disassembly. Like I said, simple carb. You want to see if you can get your pin out. Pull that out. Float and needle will come up together. Just be as careful as you can with everything. You don't want to crack that float or anything, and you end up having to buy a new one, and you'll dump more money until, and you don't want to do that. You want to, make a profit, not spend money. If, you was doing this to actually make a profit. And pretty much that's basically it. Carburetors are disassembled. You got gaskets and stuff here. Like I said, if you was gonna do a complete rebuild and you thought the mower was worth it, you might do everything or whatever. But main thing, you just want to get out everything put together, see what condition it is running. You can go from there. So you want to try to save as many of the components as possible. We got everything broke down. I already went ahead, took some high pressure air, blew everything off to kind of keep as much dust and contaminants away from everything as possible. Like I said, I already did that to kind of shorten the video up. And I usually do a 3-part cleaning. I soak it, for about 4 hours. Then I blow it out with air, and then I might shoot some carb cleaner or something through it. Like I said, I didn't soak it. It's pretty clean and everything. Just blew it off and took my high pressure air, blew everything out. And yeah, that's where we at. But I'm gonna show you something else. Hang on. This is what I usually use for blowing it out. Like I said, it's got the rubber tip on the end, which creates a seal. When you put it on something and blow it out, it helps to push that pressure through without creating air loss and everything, and help force whatever's stopped up out. You know what I mean? This needle here, I just want you to look at. It doesn't have a rubber tips like some. This one has a seal on the inside of there. I don't know if you can see it. Let me get in the camera. I don't know if you can see it, but if you look down in there, it's got a little seal in there. So be careful when you're blowing it out. I wouldn't blow it in through that way. I would, well, like that. I would blow it through that way. Therefore, the seal stays in. Don't try to damage anything. Just once or twice you get air coming out. It's pretty good. Leave that area alone. Got a hole down in there. You want to blow out. Passage there, there. Like I said, that's pretty much all the ones on the inside. Then you want to blow there, there. Just make sure every passageway you possibly can, blow it out. Once all that's blowed out, you're getting air through. It's fairly clean. Take your, like I said, carb cleaner with the little red knot on, shoot through there, and it should be super clean. The main part of this is going to be this part, which is the pickup. Once the bowl is on and everything, gas seeps in through the 2 little holes there and comes up through the center hole. You most definitely want to make sure this is cleaned out, because if not, you're not going to get any fuel inside the carburetor. You're not going to run. So everything's cleaned out. We can pretty much reassemble everything back together and put it back on and put some fuel to it and see what goes on. And like I said, pretty simple. Reassembly is pretty much in the opposite manner. Dude, take your float. See, needle's not falling out. Kind of lean it back that way a little bit. Put it back into position. Take your pen. Slide through. Make sure it's about halfway equal on each side. And that's pretty much that. Take your bowl. Slap it back on top. Your gasket, try to remember which way they come off. You can see the little indication which way it went. Like I said, I've already blown everything out, so I know all the passageways and everything is clear. Only thing I got to do is reassemble everything. You know, start screwing it back down, get as close as you can. Leave just a little slack to make sure your bowl and everything is not in a bind or interfering with your rubber and everything, so you get a good seal. Slack tighten down, you know, make sure everything's level, and then you could tighten on down. You ain't gotta crank it super tight. You do want to put a little wrench on it just to make sure it's snug. That's hand tight right there. Then you take a wrench, just snug it up just a little bit, and you be ready to go. Put back on the opposite way you took it off, and go from there. So we through with that process. We'll get it back on and the mower and try it, and you know, we'll show you what it does from there. Thanks. We'll be back shortly.